Hi guys, so I'm Lissa and this is my presentation on Disney supply and demand and different examples that I came up with. It's for student presentation number 3, I believe. Okay, so the first one that I came up with was in The Incredibles, and my favorite character, Edna Mode. And she has a business where she does superhero business and she makes superhero suits. But in the Incredibles movie, there is a part where all superheroes are banned from ever being superheroes. They can't be superheroes. I've seen The Incredibles. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, and so she's been making suits for all the different superheroes, and then suddenly she has no demand, which is why the demand would go down because because all the superheroes don't need suits since they're not going to be superheroes anymore. So that is the first one that I thought of. So the second one that I thought of was 100 Dalmatians, and if they were to go to the pound. So let's say that they decided that they had too many Dalmatians, and so they decided to take all the little puppies to the pound. And so my thought process was that the supply and demand would be probably average, like they probably get different amount of animals every day, and different people who wanted to adopt animals, would probably be around consistent but different. But then when they got these 101 Dalmatians, the supply would go skyrocket because it's 101 little puppies, but the demand would stay the same. And so unless Cruella de Vil came and took them all. But that was my thought process. And then the third one that I came up with was The Little Mermaid. So when Ariel becomes queen, I'm guessing that she would not let people eat fish since she is a mermaid, well, used to be a mermaid, and loves, she's best friends with these fish. So I'm guessing that when she passes a law or says let's not eat fish, that when they're eating the fish, as you can, the demand and supply will be around the same, and then it'll go down. The demand will go way down because nobody can eat fish because they're going to be respecting Ariel. And then lastly would be Newsies, which is my all-time favorite movie. I love Newsies. I've loved it since I was a kid. And during the movie, they kind of rebel and decide to start going, and they go on strike. And they're young and they're really cute, and they're just these young boys, and they decide to go on strike. But so they sell newspapers. So they go and they buy the newspapers from the people. I can't remember who it was. I think it was like the New York Times. It was like the Globe or the World or something. And they went and they got it, and they would get all the newspapers, and then they go out and sell it. But so the people who are selling those newspapers to the Newsies, their supply and demand would probably be average. They probably have like this, they have probably the same amount of Newsies coming in and getting newspapers and buying newspapers every day and buying around the same amount depending on how well they did the day before. But when they go on strike, the demand would go way down because they're not going to come in and get those newspapers until the prices of the newspaper goes down. And so because of that, their demand goes way down and just until it just hits like nobody, and that's when they have to, when nobody's buying their stuff, then they have to lower the price so that way the Newsies can come in and win, which is such a triumph, and I love that movie. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. Yeah, so that's all I have, but I enjoyed making this. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.